CAA Number 3 Historical Timeline by Lindsay Ungashik, EDTP 3301-D60. First is the Brown versus Board of Education. In 1954, made it illegal and unconstitutional to segregate students and schools based on the race of the students. However, it did not directly affect language learners. It did, though, start the process for English language learners in the classrooms. Title VI of Civil Rights Act. In 1964, this act set the standards for education, prohibiting any sorts of discrimination on the basis of race, color, or national origin. Federally assisted program of the NCELA. The Bilingual Education Act. It was in 1968. This act established federal policy for bilingual education for any economically disadvantaged language minority students. This act also established and allocated funds for innovative programs. It recognizes the disadvantages that non-English language learners face every day and in the classroom. Lau versus Nichols. In 1974, shine the light on the fact that giving the same materials that English speakers have to the English language learners does not make it easy for the students to learn. They have to have more materials and accommodations for them to learn, as well as the materials that help with the language. Congress passed the Equal Education Opportunities Act. Serena versus Portals Municipal School. In 1974, Federal Appeals Court upholds a right to bilingual education, forced schools to have a bilingual and bicultural curriculum, revised procedures for assessing achievement, also made schools hire bilingual staff and teachers. Rios versus Reed. In 1978, this court case saw that a school who was supposedly providing a bilingual program was only doing the materials and assessments in English. This case allowed for students to be taught in English and their home language as well. This allows for students to be able to actually understand what is being taught and said as learning in English. It lets students have a translator of the information. Baker-Decanter Report. In 1981, the United States Department of Education leaker Baker-Decanter reports questioning the effectiveness of transitional bilingual education. This let the readers of the report really think about the effect and positivity that bilingual teachings can bring to not only the ELL students. Castaneda versus Pickard. In 1981, this was known as the most significant court case in language development in schools. The schools must implement their classrooms with many different instructional practices, resources, and personnel necessary for their success. Must produce results in order to see how they improve. Many times in this case, there was not any results, so they didn't know if they were doing bad or worse or better. Gomez versus Illinois. In 1987, require that all students under the EEOA that all of the language minority students receive educational needs are met. The Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals ruled this. Title VII. In 1994, this title increased the attention to language maintenance and foreign language instruction. It also improved research and the knowledge that led into foreign language. No Child Left Behind Act. This was in 2001 and is now still present. This act appropriates funds to improve the education of English language learners in the classroom. It assists students in learning English as well as staying with the rest of the class on the materials that they are learning. It also challenges the students to meet all the state assessments. These are the resources that I had used. Thank you so much.